Hey, Ape Nation, how you doing? This is Jim Barron, coming to you from the Great Canadian Apes once again. And James is still sick, but he'll be with us in the new year. Thank you for all your good wishes for him. And our good wishes go out to you as well. We know Omicron is something that's worldwide. It's canceling, the Canadian junior hockey. Glad to see the college bowls still going on right now. Bama's got a pretty solid lead on Cincinnati, but game's not over, and it's a good one. And so we just hope that you and your family are doing all right. Hopefully this craziness with the Omicron is behind us soon, and hope you're having a happy new year to you. Okay, thank God it's Friday. Today's price action. We're down 2%. Boxing Day specials continued all week. So hopefully you got a few of those. Not financial advice. We heard back from Mortex in Great Britain today as to their take on how many shares Ethereum has. And the answer is going to surprise you. Hedgies continued to short and some retailers continued to sell off for tax reasons, but that ends today. And so they can start buying back on Monday. So that's going to be awesome. A look at our weekly options and the target price point for the hedgies, and they didn't make it, which was sweet. Our price target for this week and next week is going to be there. And again, last chance to be able to get your top 10 meme stocks in for 2021. Please list your picks in comment section below. And that would have been any stock that you would have been involved in that was through social media, that you had some sort of social media happening with it. Okay, PROG is looking very good in the long term, I believe, and not financial advice. So what meme stocks do you think should make the top 10 list in 2021? Put your picks in the comment section right now. Please do it. Yeah, now. Put them in. Thank you very much for those that did already, and I'll be doing a study on that and getting back to you on it. And who knows, yours might make the top 10. Okay, I'm going to go through this quickly once again. This what was in yesterday's video. For a full update, take a look at yesterday's video, but I just wanted to show you this again. January 18th, 2022. Okay, so the U.S. Patent Office put this up, and if this is, and True Demon put this up initially as he and his team saw it on the U.S. Patent Office. Then all of a sudden the U.S. Patent Office had this down. So lots of cool stuff. What was in that? It's a paradigm shift in micros and macros, nutrient levels. This pill goes into you, and this pill shows you how's your sleep, how's your endurance, how's your caffeine, how's your blood sugar for anybody with diabetes, etc. What are the macros actually that are within you? Because the pill would be in your stomach. So that's pretty wild. And then what you should take next. Woo, awesome. Has the ability to take sample tissue from the GI tract all the way through to be able to study that. Awesome. The pill follows the GI tract, and it's a new optical method for enhanced detection of colon cancer by capsule endoscopy. That's insane. Compared to the evasive colonoscopies, etc., that we'd have to go through now. And so pretty awesome if this actually comes through for January 18th and is published, and they have patents on these. That's sweet. And so in essence, it's a pill that you can take. It takes a look at your vitals, your activity, symptomology, diet, medications. Then it's once ingested, then the information goes to a smartphone, can go to your doctor's office. The physician can then analyze it and make a decision, and they get back to you. It's like, whoa, insane. Frankfurt, Germany market was closed today, and Happy New Year to everybody in Europe. Price action for today. It was going to be up, and so I typed this in earlier. I'm sorry, it was down by 2%. Okay, and it ended up down 2%. The previous close was 213. It opened at 208, had a high of 239 right out of the gate. Sweet Ola. Went up by 15-20% right up. Came back to the low of 208, which we've been saying is level of resistance for quite some time, and closed at 209. On volume of 17.2 million. The SPY was down a point at 0.2% down, and the Nasdaq was down 97 points for negative 0.6. And today's level of support was in around the 208 and 213 levels. Here we see the 208 touching it right off the bat, and then bouncing off it here, bouncing off around here, and in after hours right now it's right at 208. We also had level of support at 213. Level of resistance today happened at 217 and at 225. Past levels of resistance, so on the way up, we could see some resistance at the 233 and 250. Levels to watch on the downside would be still the $2 and $1.82. There were Boxing Day week specials on all week, but Boxing Week is now over, baby, and not financial advice. Time to turn this ship around. Options expiring December 31st. Hedges had a price target at $2 because they had a lot to gain if the price this week was less than $2. They would have had almost 500,000 calls at $2 and 167,000 puts at $2. They continue to short the stock to try to have the price close to under $2 as well. Against us today, we had was last day for retail investors who lost money on Prog this year to sell. So anybody that bought over $2, which is many, then they could have sold to be able to claim a tax loss for the year, and then they could just buy back on Monday. And looking forward to that. And the hedgies, and even with all that, the hedgies still didn't get it to under $2. So 20% went in the money, 80% out of the money for the calls. Out of the money puts 48. It was about 50-50. Now that we got the $2, it was about 50-50. 48 out of the money, 42% in the money. For the calls, 500,000 came in the money as far as shares goes, almost 2 million out of the money. So again, watch those weekly calls. Yeah, there's going to be some day soon that boom, it goes to maybe not the moon, but our buddy Pascal in Germany says maybe to Mount Everest, and you're going to make a ton off of the short-term call. But it's just like going for the lottery. And at $2 for me this week, I just loaded up on a crap load of shares, and I'm happy for that. Ortex. So today we had let's take a look at the Ortex data first of all, and taking a look at the shorts. This goes back 2 days, so there wasn't much that happened as far as shorting goes back on Wednesday. We are seeing a short interest change going down by 6% with return shares of 2 million. For the current estimated short interest of 16.2 million. Shares on loan, though, are still at 30 million. So there's a 14 million share discrepancy. So I don't know why people have that much. I don't know why the hedgies or Ethereum or anybody would have 14 million shares just because, not shorting but borrowed. Make sure you connect with your broker to make sure two things. Your orders are going through NASDAQ so it doesn't go to Citadel, and because if you don't specifically tell them not to, then they're going to put it to Citadel. And so make sure your orders are being routed to the correct lit exchanges like NASDAQ. Second, make sure that you are telling your broker that you do not want your Prog shares lent out because, I mean, unless you're there to try and make the money on it, and, you know, hey, make money any way you can. But what's happening is under your nose and you're not receiving any of this money, they're lending out these shares, and it's like giving bullets to the enemy. They've got these bullets now in terms of your shares that have been lent out to them, and they're shooting it at you to drive the price down. So make sure you connect with your broker to make sure that your shares are not being lent out and that they're going to the proper lit exchanges. Utilization 94%, cost to borrow 26%, days to cover 0.37, so the hedgies can and the market market maker can change the price back and forth so quickly, it's ridiculous. At will they can. That's why I'm not phased by the lower price. I just love picking up the dips all week. Percent free float on loan 29%. Estimated short interest percent of free float 16%, which is down by 22% from last week. But all this I think is fake, but that's just me, because the numbers just don't make sense. Why would anybody have 14 million shares borrowed and not used? Okay. Now from Ortex, received this today, 6 hours ago. So dear Jim, I have read, so you know that SEC filing that Ethereum put in on November 24th, or that was filed by Progenity on behalf of and with Ethereum to be able to state this major shareholder. And there was all kinds of the pages that said Ethereum number 1, Ethereum number 2, Ethereum opportunities number 3. There was like 10 different companies that were listed under Ethereum's name. And so our good buddy David, thanks very much David from Great Britain, and I have went back and forth on a few good conversations, and it says, Dear Jim, I have read that SEC filing a couple times, and I must admit that SEC filings definitely won't qualify for the crystal mark if they were bullish. I'm sorry, if they were British, of course, for clarity. I cannot tell you how Standard & Poor's have interpreted that filing to arrive at that figure. So I have asked the question directly to them. So here, the Ortex person, the Ortex expert, read the SEC filings like I did, like many of you did, and is like, what is this with the Ethereum holdings? And so he didn't even know. So he's asked Standard & Poor's, and he says, I will let you know the answer when I have it, which may not be until next year. We did see a large jump in Ethereum's holdings on that date. So that would have been November 23rd. But I will await the outcome of their review. Best regards, David. Thank you very much, David. Ethereum's holdings seems to have increased substantially in around the November 23rd date by an amount equal to approximately that 90 million dollar prospectus, or about 23 million shares at about $3.97, which works with the historical data from November 23rd. Standard & Poor's will confirm with Ortex, and if so, this would have been, think about it, this was just after the Piper Sandler investment conference. So Ethereum must have basically said, we know this company, and this is Jeffrey Farrell, we know this company, we know the patents that are going to be coming in, and they must have increased they must have increased their position from 300 million invested to 400 million invested. And they did not want another investor coming in from the Piper Sandler conference to come in and take a slice of the pie. So I believe that this $90 million prospectus is complete, and there's no need, and as the company has already said, especially after they divested from that piece of their business on December 20th, they said in that report to the SEC and their public release on that, was that there was no need for further offerings until and they had enough money to get through all of 2023. I'm sorry, all of 2022 and so they're liquid for sure until well into 2023. So that's nice. For Fintel, they're showing 15.5 million shares shorted. Days to cover is under 1 now at 0.96. The short interest percent of the float is about 15%. The dark pool short volume is 4.5 million. And for some reason, even on New Year's Day, the dark pool short volume has to be double what it should be for a regular company because there's a lot of shenanigans still going on with this at 41%. Okay. And with that, the short squeeze score is not getting them in the top 100. There's all kinds of shares available at an interest rate of 22%. And now what's interesting is this data came out. So all of a sudden it's like, not huge boom boom yellow candles, but are you kidding me? Why are there failure to delivers every day still? Why? Anyway. So it's kind of craziness. I think the shorts are still putting things in. They're not disclosing any short positions for the last month to anybody, and they continue to do so. And whatever. I think we know their game by now, and I think we're going to beat the heck out of them. I love it. Or at least once this company, I believe, is so strong with the catalyst coming in Q1 with that potential patent that comes out, that could come out on January 18th, that pill that goes through the GI tract, unbelievable. We have the preeclampsia slated to be under production in Q1 2022. As well as many of their other products that they're working with the major pharmas right now, is listed as Q1 for 2022. So I'm loving this. I'm in for at least a year. I think that's what your mindset needs to be at with this one. But I'm feeling that within a year, this is double digits. This is higher than double digits. And I'm very excited for the future with this company. Today's price action, we were down 2% today. Boxing Day specials were still on. The U.S. Patent Office leak led to the 30% gains, up from $1.79 2 days ago to today's high of $2.39. There's incredible information about Progenity's latest patent that was presented. Go back in yesterday's video if you need more detail. Amazing product. And it must be very hard for Progenity not to be talking about it, but they know they need to just be focused, eye on the prize. Don't worry about the rumblings of investors saying, tell us what's going on, tell us what's going on. It's like, no, these guys, if they allude to the fact that it's going to be really good, and then all of a sudden, for whatever reason, a I isn't dotted correctly or a T isn't crossed correctly, even if it was, if the patent office says, oh no, it wasn't done correctly, it needs this little bit, because last time it was submitted, it was because the camera, not about the technology, it was about the camera. And so for a very small thing, then they could say no. And so it's smart and needed for Progenity not to be making big things out of any of their dealings until they're done, until the checks cash in the bank, and there, just like my dad used to say, nothing's done. And so they're not going to talk about it until it's done, because they could get sued. And so good for them, in my mind, not to be hyping up their own business. People like myself and a True Demon and others can hype, right? And you guys, right? And but for them, no, they need eye on the prize, not to be talking about it. Ethereum likely increased their holdings from 300 million to 400 million right around November 23rd. We're going to get final confirmation through Standard & Poor's to our text to ourselves, to you guys. Hedges continue to short, and some retail sell-off likely happen for tax reasons December 31st. That's going to turn around on Monday. Options heavily favoring the hedges again. Price target was under $2, but they didn't make it under $2 because we were able to support it over that. Our price target for the end of the week was $1.90 to $2.25. Came in right in the middle of that at $2.08. Top meme stocks for 2021. Please list your picks in the comment section below if you haven't done so already. Our price target for next week is going to be $2.50. People are going to jump back into this, and I'm looking at a $2.50 for the end of next week. PROG is looking incredible long term, in my opinion. Not financial advice, and I hope everybody has an awesome, happy new year. Thanks very much, guys. Take care. Bye bye.